o'clock show, Olympic champion and dancing champion Rhys McClenaghan and his professional dance partner, Nolan.
Congratulations. Well done. You're looking very fresh, I have to say, both of you.
It's all the makeup.
No, listen, Rhys, I mean, genuinely, looking at that clip there, you look shocked, like you were not expecting it. Has it sunk in for you yet?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, just like putting it all in the public's hands. You don't know, who's going to vote for you really. You know there's supporters, of course, and you feel that throughout the entire show, but it could have been any one of us there, and just hearing our names called out was really cool.
And Laura, it's your first time winning as well, your first glitter trophy.
It was my first final, so to even be there, I was delighted because it's my 5th season, so it was really great to be in the final, and then to go and win it was just absolutely incredible. Actually, I got goosebumps watching that back. I was like, oh!
Was that your first time seeing it?
Yeah, well, we obviously saw it online and stuff, but when you're actually just watching it properly, it's like, ah!
I think you're going to have to watch it a few times to let that sink in, because what a moment. And I have to say, just as a spectator, it was such an exciting final to watch, because on Sunday, we saw your iconic Spiderman dance again. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
And you put out all the stops on the Pommel horse. I think that's what it's called. But listen, how was it kind of interpreting your gymnast skills onto the ballroom floor?
Yeah, that was just like a little nod to the Spiderman moves. I feel like that's something Spiderman would do if he ever done Pommel horse in the movies. But yeah, it was such a cool one to do, that Spiderman dance, and all the kids at home were sending me videos. Everyone was loving it, and I think that was what I was trying to embody in that dance.
Well, we've a little 5-year-old Spider-Man in my sister's house, and you literally, his eyes popped out of his head when he saw that. It was so amazing to see. Now, listen, we have to talk about your show dance as well. That was another one that was just jaw-dropping. Was it as difficult to actually do for you as it looked to us at home, and obviously with your gymnastic training and whatnot?
Yeah, it was definitely the most difficult dance we done. It was the one I was nervous for because, the tricks I was doing there, it had real risk to it, and you're doing it on a hard floor. You're trying to not hit your head on that dive roll, and it's got risk to it, but that made me kind of enjoy that dance even more.
And even for a show dance, Laura, what are the ingredients? What are you looking to put in there to wow everyone at home?
Well, in my head, I was thinking, put a little bit of everything, a little bit of the storyline. He wanted a little bit of a build-up in the music. Then also I knew that he could do some of these tricks. Well, he hadn't tried them, but I was like, he'll definitely be able to do these tricks, hopefully. And I was really tempted to put the dive roll in the week before, and I was like, because I didn't know what dance we were going to get for the show dance. And I was like, please, if we get to the final, it would be great if we could do this. So I held it back, and I'm delighted that we actually did. You want to do things that have the risk factor, that are wow, and people were really taken with it. And I really think that dance showed that, and it showed his skill, and had a bit of ballroom in there as well. So
yeah, it certainly wowed us. And you said, Laura, that this was your 5th season, obviously a year to remember, being your first final. Do you remember from day one, what kind of potential did you see in Rhys?
Well, first of all, I think understanding his body really helped. So anything that I said to him, he was like, oh yeah, I can identify what that is, where that muscle is. I understand what you're saying. But it was actually amazing to see each week how, he had never danced before. So every week was completely new to him. Yeah. But to see the progress from a Monday to a Sunday was just mad. But the one thing that I think I was able to push a little bit was I really understood how he was able to perform. He really upped it a level every time the live show came on. So that gave me the opportunity to do even more than what I thought I'd be able to do at the beginning.
Because that's the thing. I mean, obviously this year it was an incredibly high standard of competitors. So each week, you really kind of had to step it up week on week if you were going to cut through to the final.
Yeah, absolutely. But
we're competing against ourselves, at the same time,
That's the sportsman in you there. Look,
but that was the kind of we were feeling pressure, but it was from us trying to better ourselves each and every week, and hopefully people saw that gradual improvement throughout the competition.
Yeah, and even that was the thing, when we hit the final and we did the show dance, we both said to each other our goal was to every single week perform and be proud of what we did. And after that show dance, we were saying we did everything we could. We left it all on the floor. So whatever happens here, we feel like we did what we came here to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, for sure. And Rhys, if you were to compare now the Olympics to Dancing with the Stars, two different beasts, how do they compare? Because it is pressure on both sides.
There is parallels to competing in gymnastics and performing on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, one of them, I'm training my entire life to perform a routine, so that has obviously a huge amount of pressure. It wasn't dancing, by the way. It's the gymnastics I'm training my life for. And then the other, you're training 6 days to perform live on TV. So positives and negatives to it, but it was a completely new experience, the dancing, and but it was also kind of one of those opportunities where I got to see how much I enjoy performing and taking away that like competitive side of me that I have in gymnastics, taking away the lifetime of work and just enjoying performing, having fun on live TV each week.
Did you surprise yourself?
I did, I really did surprise myself. I didn't think I would be able to take to it as well as I did. It was a bit of a mystery, though. I almost didn't have expectations, but I was just so happy. I enjoyed it each and every week, and I feel like that was the goal from the get-go.
I think that's the key to success on a show like that is to go into it without expectations and just to enjoy it.
Because it's completely different dance than gymnastics. It is different.
And every week it's something new. And I mean, you kind of touched on it there, Rhys. I mean, not only were you like in the dance studio 6 days a week and then doing your live show on a Sunday, you were also then back and forth to your regular gym doing your gymnastics training. I mean, how's the body feeling?
It's in need of somewhat of a rest, but there's no time for that. I'm on to my competition preparations for the European Championships right now, so I didn't have a minute to spare in the day, really, when I was on the show. It was 7 hours in the dance studio, then going straight to training, doing that for 4 or 5 hours, and balancing that was challenging, it was.
Were you able to let your hair down on Sunday at the wrap party?
Yeah, a little bit.
We did, it was fun.
That's good, that's important. But you mentioned there, you trained your whole life, this is your world. I'm curious to know, like, how do you wind down? Because it is every day where you are training on such a high level. How do you wind down? What do you like to do to relax?
Spend time with friends and family. I feel like that's now, especially after winning the Olympic Games, I'm now trying to become more of like a family person, more of a selfless person in that aspect, and really create a close-knit of a community around me, and I feel like that'll keep me happy in life.
Yeah.
So you're already training now for, did you say the European Championships?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's straight away. Have you been thinking about LA 2028?
Yeah, well, that starts now. The preparations for that are now. They were happening throughout the show, and thankfully Laura was able to understand that. And when I said this is the time rehearsals need to finish at, she was like, "Okay, no problem. Go train for your Olympic Games, buddy."
You don't want to. No, you don't want to.
Those flips.
Genuinely though, do you think this dancing experience might help you in your next Olympics on some level?
In some level, I feel like after winning the Olympic Games, it's a time of change for me. My life has changed mentally more than anything else. So it came at a really important time, I think, in my life to experience something completely new that I've never had before. And I've learned a few things.
He's also going to put the glitz onto his leotard for the Olympics.
Imagine. Guys, we need to ask, where's the glitter ball?
I don't know. Do you know where it is?
You didn't leave it in the car anyway.
No. We get little mini ones sent out to us. So.
We were chatting earlier on. We were saying you could do a Benson Boone on it with your next outfit for the Olympics.
Yeah.
A little glitter.
Idea,
And bring the mini glitter ball. Yeah. 28. Rhys and Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your chat.